Our neighborhood in Goyang is usually peaceful, lined with small villas and tidy apartments. Evenings are calm, with only the hum of a car or a distant dog barking. We moved here for safety and community, knowing our neighbors by name. But even in the safest places, a sudden noise can shatter your sense of security. That night, just after 10, my wife and I were getting ready for bed when a loud, grinding crash echoed outside. It was too sharp to be fireworks, too violent to ignore. My wife's eyes widened with worry. I crept to the window, peering out at the empty, still street under the streetlights. The unease lingered. Something was wrong. My wife suggested we check our car, parked right in front. Anxiety tightened in my stomach as I grabbed my keys. You always hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. As I walked down the stairs, the sound replayed in my mind. Metal hitting metal. Even before I saw it, I knew something bad had happened. The quiet peace of our neighborhood had just been shattered. In that moment, vulnerability became real for our family. The sense of safety we cherished was suddenly in question. And so began a night none of us would forget. Outside, the street was deserted, the silence almost mocking. I reached our silver SUV. Its driver's side was mangled, the mirror smashed, a deep scratch running the length of the car. It was a clear hit and run. No note, no apology, just damage and a sense of violation. My wife joined me, her shock matching mine. The financial cost stung, but the feeling of being wronged was worse. We called the police, but with no witnesses, and only a few fragments of black plastic left behind. The officer was honest. The chances of finding the driver were slim. We were left with a damaged car and a deep sense of injustice. Filing an insurance claim felt like admitting defeat. It seemed like this would be just another unsolved incident. The hope for resolution faded fast. We prepared ourselves for the usual outcome. The culprit would never be found. The night felt heavier, the neighborhood less safe. We went back inside, resigned but restless. Just as we were about to give up, my wife remembered our Ring doorbell. We rushed inside, opened the app, and found a recording from 10:03 p.m., a dark car speeding past. Our hearts raced. Maybe we had caught the culprit. The video showed a dark sedan swerving too close, striking our SUV, then speeding away. We had proof, but excitement quickly faded. The footage was blurry, the car's color indistinct, the license plate unreadable. It was a common sedan, no unique markings. The video confirmed what happened, but not who did it. The police had already said, without a license plate, there was little they could do. The video was both a blessing and a curse. We were so close, yet so far. The hope that had flared up began to dim again. We were left with a ghost car and no one to hold accountable. Technology had given us a glimpse, but not the answer. Our frustration grew. The case seemed unsolvable. But we weren't ready to give up just yet. Feeling defeated, my wife suggested posting the video on our neighborhood app. It was a digital town square, mostly used for announcements and selling used items. Maybe someone saw something, or had a better camera. I wrote a calm, respectful post explaining the hit and run, the time, and the damage. I attached the blurry video, asking for any information or clearer footage. "Thank you for helping us keep our neighborhood safe," I wrote. We didn't expect much, maybe a few sympathetic comments. We went to bed tired and discouraged, the problem still weighing on us. The message was sent out like a digital bottle in the sea. All we could do was wait. We hoped someone cared enough to help. The night felt long, uncertainty hanging in the air. Would anyone respond? We placed our trust in our neighbors. The next day would bring an unexpected turn. The next morning, my phone buzzed with over 50 notifications from the app. Our post had exploded with activity, an outpouring of support and collective investigation. Dozens of neighbors, especially women, analyzed the video in detail. One identified the car as a Hyundai Avante, likely a 2016-2018 model. Another recognized the engine sound, matching it to her brother's car. People noticed a flickering light on the side mirror, sparking a thread about car modifications. Someone pointed out the way the car swerved, more like a distracted driver than a drunk one. The comment section became a virtual detective agency. These weren't professionals, just neighbors using sharp eyes and teamwork. Each comment added a new clue, building a clearer picture. The initial helplessness was replaced by hope. We were no longer alone. Our community had become our detectives. Together, we were determined to find the truth. The investigation had truly begun. The investigation gained momentum. Neighbors researched car models, narrowing it to a base model Hyundai Avante. Someone noted the car turned onto our street from a narrow alley, a shortcut only locals use. This suggested the driver was familiar with the area. A neighbor on the third floor recalled hearing a rattling sound after the crash. The video showed the side mirror breaking. The noise matched. Now we knew. A dark Avante, base model, likely 2016-2018, with fresh passenger side damage and a rattling sound, driven by someone local. Each clue, small on its own, built a detailed profile. The community's effort turned a blurry video into a solvable case. Hope returned. We were closing in. The pieces were coming together. The power of collective observation was undeniable. As evening fell, a breakthrough arrived. A neighbor posted, "I think I know this car. A dark Avante with a broken mirror and scratch is parked in the next building's garage." She'd seen the driver trying to cover the damage. Suddenly, all the clues pointed to a real suspect. Another neighbor chimed in. He'd seen a panicked driver pull in late last night, hearing the same rattling sound. He remembered the license plate started with 38G. I checked our video. Those numbers matched the blurry plate. The community's memory and attention to detail filled in the blanks technology couldn't. We now had a car model, location, and partial plate. Multiple neighbors had seen or heard something that together formed a chain of evidence. The woman who spotted the car, the man who remembered the plate, the neighbor who heard the rattling, all contributed. The community, working together, had found the car. It was a perfect collaboration of observation and technology. The case was no longer a mystery. We were ready to act. Justice was within reach. Armed with this information, we called the police again. This time, we had a complete file car model, location, partial plate, and witness accounts. The officer was surprised. What was a cold case was now open and shut. Police found the Avante in the garage, damage matching our SUV, plate starting with 38G. Confronted with the evidence, the driver confessed. He'd panicked and tried to hide the damage. His insurance would cover repairs and he'd face legal consequences. But the real victory was the community's response. Not anger, but responsibility and care. Justice was achieved through vigilance and cooperation. The goal was never revenge, but restoring trust. The community's careful observation made all the difference. We learned that accountability comes from collective effort. Calm, caring action proved more powerful than anger. Our car was repaired, but the real story is about community. The Ring doorbell was just the start. The true heroes were our neighbors. Their attention to detail and empathy turned frustration into justice. The women who analyzed the video, the neighbors who remembered sounds and sights. They are the guardians of our neighborhood. Their vigilance is a superpower, often overlooked. I now feel safer, not because of technology, but because of the people around me. We are more than just neighbors. We are a team. The neighborhood app became a symbol of our collective strength. When we communicate and collaborate, we are stronger. Every observation matters. We all play a role in creating a safe, caring community. It doesn't require grand gestures, just attention and willingness to help. A simple camera started this journey, but it was our connected community that brought it to a just conclusion.